to our first YouTube video. Obviously, this is going to go so well.
So what's going on?
Oh my gosh. Can you explain what's happening? Okay, my name's Mary, and I am here with Emmy and Jaden, my roomies. We are on the rifle team at the University of Kentucky, and this is in no way or shape or form paid for or sponsored or anything, so it's okay. Anywho, today we're going to be going over the new ISSF finals that were shot in the President's Cup earlier this year because they make no sense. So, Emmy and Jaden have never seen them before, so they're going to be probably asking questions, and I have shot them, unfortunately. So, we'll see how this goes. Okay, so we're going to be starting with the individual airgun event. So luckily the qualification is the exact same. So if you don't know what it is already, it is just a 60-shot decimal in an hour and 15 with 15-minute sighters beforehand. So there's nothing changed there, which is really nice. However, moving forward, the finals have changed because there's no longer just one final. There's a semi-final, there's actually two semi-finals, and then a final. So for the semi-finals, there's two groups. So group 1 is places 1, 3, 5, and 7, and group 2 is places 2, 4, 6, and 8. Does that make sense?
Genius.
Genius.
Makes total sense.
So the top 8 are the ones who go into those semi-finals, and the semi-finals
Nothing true. It's getting a little toasty.
Okay, so now that we know who's in the semifinals, I'm going to read to you exactly what it says, and then we're going to dissect it. So it says there's a 5-minute sighting and prep, and then there are 10 single shots in 50 seconds each to eliminate the first athlete. Each shot is decimal scored on the target, but athletes are awarded integer scores 4, 3, 2, and 1 on the scoreboard from the highest to the lowest value shot. Tied decimal scores are awarded the same integer score. The lowest ranked athlete at the end of 10 shots is eliminated. So basically, what that means is they shoot 10 shots, one at a time in 50 seconds, and then each individual shot gets a different score. So even though we already are using decimal scores, we're using points now too.
Genius.
So let's say somebody shoots a 10-7, they're going to get 4 points, and then somebody shoots a 10-6, they're going to get 3, 10-5 gets 2, and 10-4 gets 1 point. So goes like that. They did say that if the athletes tie, they were going to get the higher value, but upon actually shooting the finals, they did end up giving the athletes the lower value of the points. So I'm not really sure if they're going to change that, or if they're going to keep it like that, but that's just how it's going. And then after the 10 single shots, the person in 4th place is eliminated from each semifinal. Do you have questions?
No, it's kind of confusing though.
So after every single shot, you get a point?
Yes. After every single shot.
So you could have a total of up to 40 points. If you won
every single one of them, yes.
Okay.
So then they eliminate at the end of the 10 shots?
Yes.
Interesting. The 4th place.
Oh, it's funny! So does that make sense?
Okay, so basically you shoot 10 shots, then you get a point for however high your shots are. How many points, what's the highest number you can get?
Well, you can get, there's
Like
4
each
athletes,
shot.
so there's 4.
Four
So the
points.
highest shot is going to get 4 points. And then the second highest is going to get 3.
Gotcha.
Down to 1. Unless people tie.
And then they get the lower score.
Right.
Got it.
So let's say there was a 10-7, so 10-7 is going to get 4 points. But then there was a 10-0, so the 10-0 is going to get 1 point. And then if 2 people shoot 10-4s, they're both going to get 2.
I see. Okay.
So now we just have 3 people shooting. So 5 more single shots in 50 seconds each to eliminate the second athlete. The points that were accumulated in the first 10 shots are kept. So basically you don't start over at 0. And it's the same thing except it's 3, 2, and 1 now. So it's the 4 just got eliminated. And then the tide is the same, and the lowest ranked athlete at the end of those 5 shots also gets eliminated. So the 3rd place and the 4th place in the semifinals both are eliminated. And then the 1st and the 2nd place from the semifinals move on to the actual final.
Interesting.
Yeah. So what they did at the President's Cup was a little bit confusing just because you shoot the 5 shots, and then they say that the 3rd place person is eliminated, and that's it. You just kind of end up like standing there. So I know a lot of us were like, do we sit down? Do we not sit down? But moving forward, you do sit down. So you just shoot the 15 individual shots, and that's it for the semifinal. And then you repeat that with group number 2. All right. So now we have the actual final, which instead of the normal 8 people and 24 shots, it is now just 4 people.
Still 24 shots?
No. It's, I think, 20. 20 unless there are ties.
So you take the top 2 from each of the. Okay.
Yeah. And it could be any 2, so it doesn't, like when you go into the semifinal, you start over at 0. So there's no like carrying over from the qualification scores.
And then you start from 0 again once you go into the actual final.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So for the actual final, there are 10 single shots in 50 seconds, again, to eliminate the first athlete. So that's pretty much the same as the semifinals. So you shoot the 10 individual shots, you get the 4, 3, 2, 1 points based off the same, ties are the same, keeping it consistent. And then the lowest ranked athlete at the end of those 10 shots is eliminated, so that person will be the official 4th place for the match. Something that is a little bit confusing is the people who were eliminated in 3rd and 4th from the semifinals, we don't really know what place they got. Because they got 3rd and 4th in their semifinals.
But not in the actual final.
Right, but they weren't in the actual final.
And you have 2 other people that got 3rd and 4th.
Right. So kind of the question right now is, are they going to be able to figure out a way to decide the 6th through 8th place? Because those people weren't shooting against each other. I mean, they could look at points, but they weren't necessarily in the same final. So, yeah, who knows? And then once the 4th place is eliminated, 5 more shots, 50 seconds each to eliminate the bronze medalists. So after 15 shots in the actual final, we will have a bronze medalist. So unlike the semifinal, now the 2 remaining athletes do shoot 5 more shots. That will decide the gold and silver. The points are carried on through the entire final, so something that you will see different, contrary to the small war final, is that the points are kept here. In the small war final, they are not. So we'll go over that in a minute. But in the end, something that is different is when it's just the 2 athletes. Instead of getting 2 points or 1 point, they get 2 points or no points. So if you win that round, you get 2 points, and the other person gets 0. And then if they're tied, they both get 1. So it makes it a little bit more complicated. If you win 2 in a row or 3 in a row, you're pretty much guaranteed. So it's a
And
little
that's
bit.
for the top 2 people
Yes.
in the actual
The actual final.
for the 5 shots. There's 5 shots at the end.
Yeah.
For the top 2.
Any questions about our Airgun final?
With the top 2 people, do they still do points individual shots on individual shots, or do they just take the 5 shots and then just go for that?
They do the individual shots. yeah, the whole thing's individual shots. So 1 shot in 50 seconds for the whole thing.
Okay.
There's no more series of 5. Which can get a little bit confusing because in this it does say, like, in the thing that they originally released, which is not what I have, they did say 5 shots will be shot. So I know when I went into my semifinal, I was expecting to shoot a series of 5. We didn't. We shot single shots. So the whole thing is single shots. Alright. Moving on to our Airgun mixed team, which is a new event already. But we're changing it because why not?
Changing everything else.
Changing everything else. So, for the mixed team, the qualifications, I believe, are the same. So, I will go over them just in case anybody hasn't shot them. So, for the first qualification round, there's a 10-minute sighters and prep, and then each mixed team shoots 30 shots. So, it will be 60 shots for the entire team. Each individual shoots 30 shots in 30 minutes. So, that's a shot a minute. Pretty fast. So then after those, the top 8 move on to qualification round 2. So just on this paper, it just says top 8 move on to qualification round 2. And then who qualifies for finals round? The top 8 mixed teams from qualification round split into 2 groups. So semifinal again, but now with more people. So group 1 again.
1, 3, 5, and 7.
Very good. And group 2.
2, 4, 6, and 8.
Easy. So honestly, unclear if there's a qualification round 2, but there is now a semifinal. So to go into the semifinal, there's the 4 mixed teams that we just went over. And then there's a 5-minute sighters and prep, and all 4 of the mixed teams shoot 10 single shots in 50 seconds each, just like the individual semifinal was. And again, the teams have points based off their decimal scores because we like numbers. So this one is a little bit more complicated just because there are 2 people shooting. So if somebody has a 21.2, they're going to get 4 points, 21.1 is going to get 3 points, so it's each person's score added up. So then at the end of those 10 shots, the mixed team with the lowest amount of points gets eliminated. So then they shoot 5 more shots. Yeah, they shoot 5 more shots to eliminate the second team. And the points are kept again, and it goes from 3 to 1 for the points. So it's basically the exact same semifinal as the individual Airgun event, which is kind of nice. At least it's kind of consistent. It's just a little bit more confusing since there are 2 people now. 2 teams left, and then with the 2 teams left, we shoot another 5 shots, and that is going to be who gets the bronze medal. So when there's 2 teams left in the semifinals, then we're going to shoot another 5 shots with just the 2 teams, and then whoever has the lowest points in that one is the team that gets the bronze medal. So there's going to be 2 bronze medals. There's going to be 1 from each semifinal, and then only the top team from each of the semifinals moves on to the actual final. So then for the actual final, there's only 2 teams. It's the gold medal match, just like it used to be called. So it's 1 team from semifinal group 1 and 1 team from semifinal group 2. And then those 2 people who got second in both of the semifinals, they are both bronze medalists. So then for the actual final, single shots are fired in 50 seconds each, and then the teams are added up. So the teams are going against each other, and the team that has the higher 2-shot score gets 2 points, and if they tie, they get 1 point, and it's the first team to 16. So it's very similar to the old gold medal match.
So the first place gets 2, and then the other team gets 0 on the shot.
Yeah. And it goes back and forth until we get to 16.
So kind of like 5 up.
Yeah, kind of like 5. Yeah, but for metal.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The most confusing thing about this is that there are 2 bronze medals. And obviously they run into the same issue of what place do the other teams actually get.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. I think we're going to only cover Airgun in this today so that it is not that long. If you guys have any questions about the new Airgun formats.
No need.
I don't think so, no.
Alright. Well, if you guys like this video, make sure to leave some more suggestions down in the comments of what other topics you want us to cover. Feel free to ask any of us questions and just leave some feedback. So thanks for tuning in.
And action.
I know what I'm doing. I've shot these and I don't know what I'm doing.
Maybe we should start from the beginning.
No, we're not starting from the beginning.
In the beginning, there was a 24-shot air rifle final. Now, the air rifle final makes no sense at all. The end.
The end.
Now that 124 rifle shot final has decided to have 2 babies.